Very scientifically accurate.
Fuck you. Got Frosties?
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so I've driven the car a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm not completely happy with how the brakes feel. The pedal is very firm and it's very challenging to lock up.
Okay, so you're running a brake booster delete kit.
Yeah.
And then your factory E30 brakes in the rear. And then upgraded RX-7 4-pot calipers in the front.
Yes. And the one thing is the master cylinder is properly proportioned to not need a booster, and it works with a factory E30 setup.
Gotcha, but since we're using bigger calipers in the front that aren't designed to go with this master cylinder, if it's actually making your braking worse and making your stopping times longer.
That's an interesting concept. Are bigger brakes always better?
I guess there's only one way to find out.
Let's try it out.
So here's the experiment. We have Lucas's LSE30 marked here by our Hot Wheels Miata. He's going to start at the start line and speed up to 50 kilometers an hour. Once he reaches our pylon, which marks the beginning of where he's supposed to stop, he's going to brake as hard as he can until he comes to a complete stop. At that point, we'll mark right where he finishes and measure the distance from the pylon. We're going to do 5 tests with the RX-7 front calipers, then bring the car in, switch it over to the factory 2-pot BMW calipers, and then do it again and compare the data. Let's go aside and do the real thing. Alright, so from the line that we started braking, our best line was the 4th run, which we stopped at right on 20 feet. And our slowest line was the 2nd run, and it was just about 24 feet. It's about 1 inch away. All the other lines are right in the middle at about 22. So that's really our gap here, is somewhere between 20 and 24. Well, we wrapped up all 5 runs with the RX-7 4-pot calipers, and we have all of them marked and measured, and we're all done testing them.
Now it's time to throw in the 2-pot calipers and see how it compares to these ones. So let's pull it back into the shop and swap it over. So we probably should have checked this before starting the video, but the E30 factory calipers only have a single pot, not a dual pot. And so it doesn't change anything with our testing at all, but we've just said it wrong a couple times. Single pot calipers. And so I have the calipers here, but I cannot find the pads anywhere, so I just sent Clayton to go on an hour drive across the city. And yeah, poor Clayton.
It's fucking stupid. Fuck you.
Got Frosties?
Yeah, I got ice cream. Very scientifically accurate. Stop when you roughly see the pylon, and then I will roughly put tape on the ground. So these 5, those 4 to here, that's with the stock calipers, and then these 5 are with the bigger RX-7 calipers. Alright, so we've got all of our runs down, and now let's take this data and get back into the office and figure out what it all means.
Alright, here's the fun part.
So with the RX-7 calipers, from our best to worst run, we got 20 feet, 21 feet 2 inches, 21 feet 6 inches, 22 feet 2 inches, and 23 feet 9 inches. This gave us an average of 21 feet and 9 inches. Once we switched over to the E30 calipers, we got 11 feet 1 inch, 11 feet 10 inches, 12 feet 4 inches, 13 feet, and 18 feet. We chose to remove the 18-foot mark as it was way out from all the other measurements, so with the 18-foot removed, we saw an average stopping distance of 12 feet and 1 inch. That means that with switching over to the E30 calipers, we reduced our braking distance by 45%.
Wow, well that was not what I was expecting.
That was really, really cool.
I thought we were going to see like maybe a 10 or 20% increase in braking, but with the factory BMW calipers, we saw an almost 50% increase in braking ability.
Also, the brake feel was so much nicer on the E30 calipers. I was able to do almost twice the amount of work with half the amount of pressure. And with the E30 calipers, I was able to lock up the wheels, which I don't want to be locking up the wheels, but to properly threshold brake, I need to be able to get to right about that point.
Now, the RX-7 brakes are certainly better for some cars and some applications, so what are we kind of like not looking at here in this picture?
I think the real downside to the E30 calipers is they're so much smaller than the RX-7 ones. And so the E30 calipers will heat up so much faster and won't be as effective. Now, for my setup, I don't track the car. It's just a summer driver, a casual daily driver.
A daily.
So my build, I can just really get a nice set of pads, a nice set of rotors that will be able to deal with a little bit more heat than normal. And if I ever wanted to use the RX-7 calipers, we could always try switching out to a different master cylinder.
So I guess what we really learned here today is that it's a lot more important to have a completely balanced system rather than just putting on the biggest caliper and the biggest rotor that you can fit on your car.
Exactly.
Pretty cool.
Alright, so that is it for the video, guys. If you liked what you saw, then like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, because who knows what we're going to be coming out with next.
You know what? We don't even know what we're coming out with next. So make sure you turn on your notifications so as soon as we figure that out and make a video for you guys, you can see it as soon as it comes out.
And if you want to see any of the old build series footage, videos, then go ahead and look through the channel your damn self, or at the end of this video, I'll put up a couple links to some of the real good videos.
What a nice guy.
Yes. And if you wanted to do the FC RX-7 brake swap on your E30, then that is also a video that we have that I will also put the link to. There's going to be a whole lot of links at the end of this video.
Yeah, and the brakes don't suck. They just don't work right with this setup.
Yes.
See you in the next video, guys.